Yo, 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 yo. We should be live, ladies and gentlemen. We should be live. Wait for a couple of people to get in here. And yeah, we should be good. Should be good. Just gonna wait for a couple people. Couple people here. Wait for everything to get going. Make sure we're good on the YouTubes as well. Post that there. Post. Cool. Let me make sure I upload this to Instagram. What's going on? What is going on, everybody? Gonna be doing our little weekly wrestling recap here that we do we try to do every week. Definitely gonna make this definitely gonna try to make this a priority here over on the channel. So let me post this. What up, guys? Welcome, all who are in here. Appreciate you guys. We're going to get right into it in just a second here. Figured I'd come live on here, hang out with you guys a little bit before Friday Night SmackDown. Again, we're going to be doing our weekly wrestling recap, kind of the news, rumors, everything like that that's in the old interwebs as of recent for everything to do with wrestling. So I think you guys have been, somewhat enjoying these as of recent. So we're going to keep on trying to do them. That's for sure. Just making sure everything is good to go before we get started. Maybe a couple other people will hop up on in here. And we'll see what's good. Yes, Harry, they definitely did. But not here in the US. So I know that there's a bunch of stuff already out there on like Twitter and Instagram and stuff, but I've been staying clear of Twitter since what is it? I think it was on at what 3 p.m. here, 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, I've been off because I didn't want to obviously just watch clips online. I want to be able to sit down and watch the whole show when it airs here. So that's why I don't really know what honestly is going on. So I'm just gonna wait for 8 o'clock here. So we're gonna be going live up until SmackDown. So hope you guys just kind of hang out, chill out with us for a little bit. I don't know if Break's gonna be on here or not. I doubt it. So I guess he's doing a whatnot stream right now. So yeah. Just me, Oos. It's just me, Oos. So we're just gonna do our quick little wrestling recap. So obviously you guys see the title and thumbnail. The first thing off the bat that I would like to know from all of you guys, again, the very first thing on the agenda today, Chris Jericho. All right, so his AEW contract expires at the end of the year. All right, so here's the report. There's significant interest within WWE for Chris Jericho to return to the company after his contract with AEW expires at the end of the year. So, I suppose what the rumor is currently is that he may make a little bit of a surprise return at the old Royal Rumble, as we know. Royal Rumble is at the end of the year. Now, I think what the problem is this year, though, is I don't think the Royal Rumble's in January. I think it's in February, for 2026. But I mean, regardless, what do you guys think of a Chris Jericho return to WWE? Is it something that you guys want to see, or is it something that you honestly could care less about? So I'll wait for a couple of you guys to enter the chat real quick. Appreciate you guys who are in here currently. Hopefully within a couple of minutes we'll get a couple more people in there. Next up, by the way, guys. So like for the live streams, I think going forward, um, if you guys are here on the channel and already subscribed, make sure you guys are subscribed if you're not already. But going forward, I think we'll post like an little IG reel or something like that, like saying like, "Hey, we're gonna be going live," or we'll do like a YouTube post. You know how you can go into the community tab and we can do posts in there and that, just to kind of give you guys a heads up on when we are gonna go to live. I mean, eventually, honestly, this you guys can comment to break about this, but we're trying to nail down a certain specific date and time, right? So you guys can kind of get adjusted to us going live at a certain specific date and time so we can all meet here, hang out, talk about the news and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean if you guys prefer that, let us know. But let's see. It would be nice, but there's so much talent already. Yeah, I mean, dude, there's so much talent. Like Mario, there is so much talent, bro. S- Hey, there's so much talent right now that's not being utilized at all. For one, who I think is underutilized, that not that he's not utilized at all, right? He's been utilized more recently, week in and week out, is Carmelo Hayes. I mean, he's doing the stuff with the Miz still, but he's a guy that I think should really be doing something better than what he's doing right now. Especially like mixing them up maybe in like a mid card title or at least in the mid card scene instead of just teaming with like The Miz, for instance, right? And I got nothing against The Miz. I like The Miz, but um, I just think Mello personally is like, you know, um, how do I want to say it? Kind of like maybe destined for bigger and better things, I guess, if that makes sense. Somebody said care less. Would want to see if the list returns, bro. That was the best. That may have been some of his best work, and it's hard to say his best work, right? Because like obviously, he's done some crazy stuff in WWE, right? He's been around forever, but, like, that was one of the most entertaining times of his career, him and KO, with the whole list thing. "You just made the list." Like, bro, that was so good. That was so good. Um, yeah, yeah. So, let me see here real quick. We will start this one. Cool. Alright. But yeah, I mean, I think I think it could be interesting again. I mean, especially if Kevin Owens does return sometime next year, hopefully. I don't know how bad that neck surgery is or how long that's going to take him to recover, but imagine a Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho link up in 2026, bro. Man, that would be so dope. That would be so dope. Triple H needs to change it up though. Tired of the same storylines. I 1000% agree with you, bro. Literally 1000% agree with you. It's unbelievable. Um, it's really unbelievable. I mean, we just made a whole video. So if you guys are not up to date on all the recent videos over here on the channel, make sure you guys go check out our literally our most recent video we just posted yesterday. It's doing okay so far. But we pretty much just kind of laid out the landscape of what's going on right now in WWE and how repetitive it is and the storylines and stuff like that. I mean, I know in the comments section of some of that, some people were talking about the draft and stuff like that. I don't know if the draft is the solution for the repetitiveness and stuff like that, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. I mean, they did they did say that they were gonna be doing a draft after SummerSlam, and now we haven't heard anything about it. So again, it's more wait and see when it comes to WWE recently. So we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, I mean, he's most likely going to be coming back to WWE, retiring in WWE, and I'm cool. I'm cool with Chris Jericho returning for one last run if that's what he wants to do. Definitely. I mean, he's an entertainer at the end of the day, right? So I do think he can definitely do some cool stuff. Um, let's see here what we want to talk about next. This is a AEW one going, continuing with some of the AEW news, right? Will Ospreay. So I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys. I don't necessarily keep up with everything that goes on in AEW. I'm trying to get better. I know we got the channel talking about all wrestling, but it is a lot to keep up with, right? I mean, we try to keep up the best we can with SmackDown, Raw, NXT, TNA, and throwing in AEW into the mix is just a lot to try to constantly make content on. Um, but this, for instance, hit the old news feed, and I kind of was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? This would be something to kind of debate about and try to get your opinion on this as well. Um, Will Ospreay is in need of a neck surgery and is looking to go through with the procedure in the near future. However, he is still going to be taking part in a lights out steel cage match this weekend. So, what do you guys think about this? I mean, do you guys think that I read some stuff in the comments on this Twitter post here. Some people, on Twitter were like, "Oh, well, now AEW is trying to work the crowd, just like WWE is trying to work the crowd. Is he really hurt? Is he not really hurt?" It does seem like he does have kind of like a legit injury, and it does seem, I mean, for what's being reported, that this is actually going to be an unsanctioned match, right? So he could actually be legitimately hurt, which means that anything that happens in the match is not going to fall on AEW. But I don't think it's very smart, right? Of AEW. I know they have some matches over there, bro. That's like they kind of cross the line sometimes as far as like jeopardizing, wrestler safety and so on and so forth. So how far is Will Ospreay gonna um push his luck in a lights out steel cage match? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting to see kind of what happens. But let me know if you guys even keep up with AEW or if you do not. Again, we've talked about it. We're gonna try to get better, a little bit better at keeping up with all the shows and everything like that. But it is just a lot of content, man. It's just a lot of content. So let us know. Let us know down below. But next up here, there's been a lot, by the way, guys. So there's been a lot of stuff in as far as wrestling news goes. Here's a big one. All right, here's a big one. What is the first one here? Let's see, right here. Boom. So this deal is actually being done much earlier than originally being reported. So the whole ESPN and WWE partnership. First off, this is something in itself that should be debated with within the chat here. What you guys actually think about this in general, right? So the whole ESPN partnership, they're going off of Peacock for their PLEs now. It's going to be kind of similar to like Peacock, right? Or it's a monthly subscription based model, and they're calling it the ESPN direct to consumer. Um, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't entirely know what the difference between either, they just like to use fancy lingo for this. But I don't think it's going to cost anything extra than just the monthly membership that you would be already buying into anyway to, watch WWE. You already do it for Peacock, so it's pretty much just going over to ESPN, and that's kind of what it's going to be. But this is going to start September 20th with WrestlePalooza. They are bringing WrestlePalooza into WWE. If you guys didn't know, This was actually, all right, this was indeed a ECW pay-per-view back in the day, and the whole concept behind WrestlePalooza was that it was a mockery for WrestleMania, obviously ECW, right? So, they're bringing it under the WWE banner. Um, I mean, I guess you can call it a new PLE, right? Because WWE has never done a WrestlePalooza, but yeah. I mean, what do you guys think about this? What do you guys first off, what do you guys think about WrestlePalooza? What do you guys think about it being in Indianapolis? What do you guys think about this whole deal right here with the whole ESPN thing? I mean, this was like a $7 billion deal anyway. So, or something like that. I believe it was like $7 billion or something like that. Something crazy. WWE is all about money right now to let me put this on the screen. Mario says WWE is all about money right now. To highest bid and bringing stars might drive us WWF real fans away. Yeah, man. I mean, I hate to call it specifically greed, right? Because like we have to be careful with saying that it's all about greed and stuff like this, right? It is a business at the end of the day. So no matter what, a business is doing is trying to do what, right? A business is trying to make money. So it's tough. It's tough to say that they're all about greed and stuff like that when that at the end of the day that is that's the goal of their business anyway. The problem with what I have is that they're trying to nickel and dime every single thing out of WWE fans now. It's like, man, we're gonna get into it. Trust me, we're gonna get into this. We're definitely gonna get into it. Actually, let's just get into the next one since Mario already brought it up. Mario, you are one step ahead of me today, my friend. Here we go. Um, so first off, he did the interview with Sports Center, okay, and he goes, "This was, by the way, this was during the whole announcement for WrestlePalooza." Okay, so here he goes. He says, "Triple H says time will tell when it comes to more two-night PLEs." He was asked how many more two-night PLEs there will be. He goes, "It'll be something we see over time. Time will tell. It's really for us about super serving our fans and making them happy." Guys, guys, when I see something a little skeptical, this is it, my friend. This is it. You're saying that the whole reason for the two-night events in the first place is to super serve your fans and make us happy. I don't think so there, Triple H. I don't think so, big guy. The only reason you guys went to two-night PLEs is to try to suck as much money as possible out of us. You're having a two-night SummerSlam now. This is the first year for two-night SummerSlam. The ticket prices for SummerSlam alone was insane. Let alone you expect people to do that 2 nights in a row? Don't you make enough money? And then it's tough to see stuff like this when you know how much money that they're making, right? And this is not a WWE problem. This is a TKO problem. TKO on the UFC side was actually in some debt, I believe. There was some type of debt involved with the whole TKO brand and the UFC aspect of the TKO banner. Not a WWE side. The WWE right now is making money hand over fist, but it's to feed that TKO debt. But you can't come out on interviews and say that you're super serving the fans to make us happy. I mean, I don't know about you guys, right? But other than WrestleMania, like I don't know anybody who is specifically out here clamoring and asking for two-night events. I don't know. I mean, it's damn near impossible to go to a two-night event. First off, you don't know which night you'd even want to go to because they don't announce the full cards, it seems like, until like a week or two before. And by the time that happens, then you're scrambling to try to find a ticket. All the tickets that are left are freaking $700 for the cheapest seat you can get. So I don't like the verbiage here when he's talking about super serving the fans. That aspect I definitely didn't like. Mario says now you see PLE non OG wrestling fans. Yeah, man. Yeah, 2 nights should be 2 locations. Yeah, but that's even tougher, bro, because how you supposed to make the fans migrate, right? Or even the production. How's the production team supposed to pick up and then move to a different, location? You know what I mean? The next day? Are you talking about, like, that same day it should be in 2 different locations? I'm a little bit confused on that one, brother. Um, I just think it's too much, bro. Like, we're getting saturated PLEs, and again, this goes back to that video that me and Break made. It's about the oversaturation of WWE content right now. Do you know what I mean? There's so much oversaturation that it kinda waters down the SmackDown and the Raws because all they're trying to do is get to the next premium live event. But that's just kinda where we're at right now. So, speaking about this, let's see here. I think I had it here. Um, if I didn't have it here, maybe it's this one. No, these are just the names that were announced, but I thought I had one here. I guess I didn't. Mario already mentioned it, but, Pat McAfee is going to be returning for WrestlePalooza, so, first time that we're gonna be seeing Pat McAfee in quite some time, man, a couple months now. Definitely has been some months that we've yet to see, um, Pat McAfee, so it's gonna be fun to see him back. I mean, again, I don't know the full extent of the reason why he even left in the first place. I know he had gone on to his podcast and was basically talking about burnout and that he was exhausted and all that type of stuff. Um, which, is understandable. That's just kind of the nature of the beast, right? You talk about WWE. Um, but I definitely think that him and Cole on the commentary team is goated, bro. Maybe that's just me, but I really like that duo that they have going on. Um, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. I know some people feel a little bit indifferently about Pat on the commentary table. But speaking about WrestlePalooza, obviously John Cena, right, in his retirement tour. So it's going to be John Cena headlining WrestlePalooza. Don't know the matchup for WrestlePalooza yet because there were some other rumors about the whole John Cena and Brock Lesnar situation. But WWE has confirmed that John Cena will headline the upcoming WrestlePalooza event on September 20th in a blockbuster headline attraction. Other superstars that are going to be featured: Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre are all set for major matches at the event. I'm going to assume that I don't know. Do you guys think it's gonna be Cena and Lesnar? You think we get Cena Lesnar at WrestlePalooza? Or do you think that's Survivor Series? I personally think they're gonna hold off until Survivor Series for that. Um, I can see Seth Rollins and CM Punk doing something there. I can see Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre having a title match there. Um, but I don't know. Not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. Here's the news about the Brock Lesnar and John Cena situation, though. So again, we don't know the event, but the stipulation being thrown around the old water cooler right now is that the Brock Lesnar versus John Cena match could possibly be a last man standing stipulation. What do you guys think about this? You guys think it needs it? I think Brock is such a beast that I don't think he really needs stipulations when you talk about a Brock Lesnar match. Harry also thinks it's probably Survivor Series. Yeah, I think I mean, it's kind of the shoe in PLE, right? It's a bigger PLE name than anyone that we have coming up soon. And obviously, Brock just returned, right? So they're not gonna keep him on the shelf for months and months at a time. They're gonna want him to get back into action. So obviously, Survivor Series is gonna be in November. So I'm assuming it's gonna be Cena Lesnar Survivor Series. But again, we're gonna have to just wait and see on that one. Let's see here. What else we got? What else we got? What's this one? That's Saturday night's main event. Let's just continue talking real quick about the old greedy TKO real quick, all right? Talk about TKO real quick. So, the pre-sale or some type of tickets or something are already on sale for WrestleMania 42 or like I don't know. I don't know how the whole ticket situation is going for the WrestleMania 42 already in April. Um, but my lord, dude, I thought last year's WrestleMania was expensive. The row 1 package for both nights of WrestleMania 42 is $70,000. $70,000. And by the way, just to go from row 1 to 2 or 3, you're talking about 1 or 2 back from row 1. 35,000 plus and 50,000 plus. So you want front row, you're jumping up 20 grand right off the rip. You fall back in the line just one row. You're saving 20,000, but it's going to cost you $50,000. You want that third row? Oh man, the third row. Oh my god, great tickets. You're going to save money. Still going to cost you $35,000. Bro, what are we doing anymore? I mean, I get that these are premium tickets, okay? They're front row seating. You're basically front row. Yeah, I don't care. Row 2, 3, pretty much row 1, 2 through 10 I would consider like you're there, right? You're there on the floor. You have a bird's eye view of everything. But man, that's just insane, bro. Harry, for real, man. They're costing people salaries. They're legitimately costing people their salaries just to go to a WWE event. I mean, that's insane to me. It's just straight up insane to me. WWE is saving TKO. Yeah, they are. I mean, technically, right? I mean, they're getting out of debt. Um, they're helping them get out of debt. So yeah, it's wild, man. I may make a little short or a reel on this one in particular because I think this is just insane to ask any type of event to ask that type of money. That's insane. That's insane. So let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about Saturday night's main event. All right. So Saturday night's main event is going to be streaming live exclusively on Peacock. Remember, Saturday night's main event is not actually a PLE. So the PLE deal with ESPN is still in place. You're going to get every single PLE starting September 20th on ESPN. Saturday night's main event was never marketed as a PLE. It's kind of like an exclusive, kind of like special show. And that always broadcasted simultaneously on NBC alongside Peacock. So if you were a Peacock subscriber, which I'm sure everybody here is anyway, that's how we used to get the PLEs. You also could watch Saturday night's main event on there. This time around, John Cena's retirement match is going to take place on Saturday night's main event, December 13th, exclusively on Peacock. So the thing I have a question on about this in particular is I just hope that this is going to limit the amount of ads and commercials that we have since it's going to be on Peacock. Because man, if they do John Cena like they did Goldberg's retirement speech, I'll lose it. I will absolutely lose it. Now, Goldberg's a whole different situation. He went bad on the WWE after his retirement match, talked a bunch of trash about him, not happy with the whole situation. Different story. But how could you do the GOAT on Saturday night's main event? That's why, again, I'm really holding hope. I'm holding on to hope that they have a lot less commercials and advertisements since it's no longer going to be simulcasted on NBC. Remember, NBC, they are required to show a certain amount of commercials per, block on a television show. So it should hopefully be a little bit different on Peacock. That's all I hope for. I mean, at this point, that's all you can hope for, right? So, what do you guys think about this? Will it actually be on Peacock, or will they change it last minute with another backdoor deal? um, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming it's just gonna be on Peacock, right? This is I don't know how many more Saturday Night's main events, by the way, that are gonna be under this whole Peacock deal, right? Like, I don't know. Obviously, Saturday Night's main event is always on NBC, but like, are Saturday Night's main events going to extend into 2026? I know that this was a new thing that they brought back this year. Um, so I don't know. I don't know if it even extends to 2026 or not. But it would be interesting. I mean, this is a good point too, Harry. After this, Peacock will lose so many subscribers. Yeah, because you don't need Peacock anymore for the PLEs. So if you're just a wrestling fan, you don't really care about the Peacock shows and all that type of stuff. You don't really need it, right? You're just going to save yourself a monthly subscription by not having to subscribe to it. The only reason to have it is if they extend the Saturday Night's main event deal in through 2026. Again, this is December 13th. I don't know if this is the last Saturday Night's main event under that agreement. But we'll have to wait and see. Again, this is good news. It's also kind of bad news, right? Like, I was hoping John Cena would have been like he would have went out, retired on a major PLE. There's a whole argument out there like, oh, if it's on Peacock, it's going to get more viewers. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You still got to pay for Peacock. So if you don't have Peacock, you still have to subscribe to Peacock. NBC, I'd cut that argument because it's just on TV, which, again, cable's kind of dying anyway, right? So I don't really know the numbers, but I would have liked it to be a major PLE that he retired at. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. I just hope I'm really praying that they don't do him dirty like they did Goldberg as far as cutting him off during his retirement speech and giving the guy enough time. I just hope that there's not a freaking commercial every 2 seconds into matches. Let's just hope Peacock fixes that. This is why there isn't any true storylines because WWE is spread too thin. 100%, bro. I talked about that at the beginning of the show today. The predictability and all that type of stuff. How predictable it is, how kind of watered down is kind of getting. Like, it's very repetitive week in, week out. Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown. You basically can line up the show and pretty much guess exactly what's going to happen from start to finish. They're not really concluding any storylines either, so that's a tough thing as well. But it is what it is. This one, yep, that's the retirement match again. This one here we go. Here we go. So this is gonna be a fun one to just ask you guys real quick, what your opinion on this is. During the AAA event, okay? During that Vikingo, Dominic Mysterio, that Fatal 4-Way, which was a fantastic match, by the way. Bro, the crowd kept going and chanting, "We want Alberto." They booed Vikingo, their champion. That's supposed to be their guy. Booed him out of the building. And then when he posted the picture with him at Vikingo, Triple H's Instagram was flooded with "We want Alberto." Bro, I mean, I don't know if anybody in here is, because I know I'm not. Is anybody really out there interested in an Alberto Del Rio return to WWE? I mean, really? I don't need to see it. maybe I'm the minority. Maybe you guys love old Alberto Del Rio. Um, but your boy, I am in no rush. I am absolutely in no rush or clamoring whatsoever to see an Alberto Del Rio return to WWE. Especially, the whole backstory behind him, kind of person he is. It does kind of water you down a little bit, as well as I was never a huge fan of Alberto Del Rio anyway, man. That's just me. That's just me. Yeah. I don't think WWE is interested in it. I think they would have acquired him when they acquired AAA. I think they would have signed him to a deal. They never signed him to a deal. Um, yeah, for real, man. Let him stay. Let him stay in AAA. Um, yeah, let him stay, bro. Let him stay. He's definitely not under a WWE contract. Again, those AAA WWE contracts and how they were acquired and stuff like that is I'm not entirely too familiar with all that stuff. I just know that WWE did not sign Alberto Del Rio to any type of deal through WWE. So that's definitely a fact. But I did think it was very interesting, man, that people were actually kinda clamoring for that. I was like, "Man, really? They want old Alberto Del Rio back, huh?" To me, that's interesting. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you guys don't think so, but I mean, when's the last time Alberto Del Rio was in WWE? What was it, 2013, 2014? Is that when he left? But again, I don't need to see it. I really don't. Um, let's get to this next one here. Let me save this real quick. Save. And cool. Let me get out of that. Alright. Rather be yeah, bro. I want Zilla. I want Zilla as well, man. Bring Zilla Fatu. Speaking of Zilla Fatu and his involvement or a lack thereof involvement in WWE and the Bloodline. What do you guys think about this? What are the interest levels, if any interest levels, as far as seeing the Wyatt Six and the MFTs are expected to kick off a major feud in the near future? What do you guys think about this? I don't know how I feel about this, man. I really don't. I mean, I'm cool with the whole bloodline continuing, that whole storyline. I mean, Jacob is with Jimmy, and they seem to be ramping it up. They got to add a couple more members to that squad. Are we really? I mean, what do you guys feel about the Wyatt Six? If you guys are in here, I think there's 7 or 8 people in here right now. Let me know right now what you think of the Wyatt Six, and I'm just gonna wait. We have slandered the Wyatt Six, or at least I have slandered the Wyatt Six already, bro. Already on this channel, multiple videos already. So I'm kind of just gonna sit back. I feel like if you guys have been watching the channel for a while now, you kind of already know my thoughts and opinions on everything when it comes to the Wyatt Six. But man, let me see if this view works any better. Nope, that doesn't work. It doesn't move that. Okay, gotta keep it like this. Let's see. What's up, Byron? Um, they need to do something with Wyatt. They didn't think it through. Yeah, man, it tough stuff. I would now love to be called a Julia fan. Oh, why is that, man? Why is that? Again, I don't know what happened on SmackDown. So if you guys watch SmackDown, don't spoil anything for me. It didn't air in the United States yet. It comes on here in about 10 minutes. So we're gonna be hopping off here in about 10 minutes. But yeah, let's see. Cinematics can possibly make this feud. The thing about the cinematics, my man Harry, is that it always boils down to matches. And the fact that when they started this whole Wyatt Six thing, and I mean the debut of the Wyatt Six faction will go down in history as one of the greatest debuts in wrestling history. how it was shot, how it was filmed, the cinematics. You just talked about cinematics, the cinematics, the violent nature of it, the eeriness, having people laid out bloody backstage. It will go down in history as one of the greatest wrestling debuts of all time. What also may go down in history is how fast the fall of the Wyatt Six has been. Because this has got to be one of the biggest flops in wrestling history. You started out up here, and y'all did nothing for months with them, and you went down all the way to rock bottom. I get it. There were injuries, okay? There were injuries involved. Bo Dallas, or he was injured. Um, Uncle Howdy, if you want to use his name, right? He was injured. I think maybe Dexter Loomis or Joe Gacy was dealing with something. I'm not entirely sure, but I get that can sideline it, man. But the fact that if there was only one or two injuries and that you guys didn't show the group for months, it shows me that you didn't have any trust in the group as a whole if you didn't have Uncle Howdy. You didn't trust Dexter Loomis. You didn't trust Joe Gacy. You didn't trust Eric Rowan. You didn't trust Nikki Cross. And then to top it all off, when you introduced this group, you had them wrestle like a bunch of jabronis and almost got smashed by what was it? Team America? Well, I forget the name. When Chad Gable was still part of it. I mean, again, I'm gonna dismiss it, but yeah, dead silence dead silence ever since. Alexa Bliss, man, I said that before freaking Braun Strowman got canned from WWE. I think that was one of a horrible decision to release him, especially when you have the Wyatt Six as a group, and then you release Braun Strowman, who could have fit in perfectly. Could have had him pair up with Eric Rowan again, have them win the tag titles. I know they got the tag titles now, but they're on Joe Gacy and Dexter Loomis. We still don't even really know who Dexter Loomis and Joe Gacy even are, bro. We ain't got no history with those guys. They came from NXT. You haven't done a really great job of showcasing them to us, giving us a story of them. We know Eric Rowan. We know Braun Strowman. Eric Rowan being the main guy. He was the OG of the Wyatts. Braun Strowman came in a little bit later, but again, kind of part of that whole OG group. Again, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Um, yeah, this could be cool too, bro. I think we need some never before seen matches or matches that haven't happened in a while, like a Boneyard Inferno, a Burned Alive match, or Buried Alive match. Yay, bro. I mean something. But again, it's PG programming, so I don't exactly know what they can do. The Boneyard match was cool, but you got to remember that was the only reason why that ever even took place in the first place was because of the whole era that they were in, and that WrestleMania had to get creative, right? So that's what they did for that match. But that's just yeah, that's just one of them. We'll do two more here because we got Friday Night SmackDown coming up here at 8 o'clock. One of them I just thought was pretty interesting. Here's a Ricky Steamboat original WrestleMania 3 pay stuff from 1987. I guess his son actually kept this, and he still has it, and he shared it on the interwebs for all of us to see. And it looks like Ricky Steamboat made $50,000 in 1987. Bro, I thought that was so intriguing because I'm like, I'm gonna look it up right now. $50,000 in 1987 worth today. would be about $143,000 today. Bro, that guy got paid for WrestleMania 3, bro. That's just one pay-per-view from back in the day. That guy got paid, man. Would be worth $142,000 today. That's some good cheese, man. That is some good cheese. I thought that was kind of interesting. I know it's just kind of like it's not like news or anything, but I figured I'd throw that in there because I thought that was pretty interesting, especially how much they got paid back in the day. Like, kind of just makes you wonder, like, what are the actual numbers the guys are getting paid today, right? Because like everybody has a speculation of what people make, but we don't actually know. We don't actually see we don't actually see the numbers behind these checks that these guys are getting. But this guy got paid, dog. That guy, that guy made some cheddar back in WrestleMania 3. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then the last one, man, a little bit of a debate. I mean, I guess me and Bray could always maybe even make a full separate video on this one, right? There's a couple other ones I wanted to touch on, but I'm gonna wait. For Break to get back to maybe get his opinions on those instead. But here we go. We'll end the live stream today with this one right here. So, the Hollywood Reporter has ranked the top 10 wrestlers who turned actors of all time. Their list of the top 10 include Batista, The Rock, John Cena, Roddy Piper, Edge or Adam Copeland, Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan, Paul White or The Big Show, Jesse the Body Ventura, and Andre the Giant. Pierre, my man, you missed it. You missed it. We talked about Y2J, Chris Jericho at the top of the show. But yeah, man, it is looking like Chris Jericho, after his AEW contract expires at the end of this year, it looks like the belief is that he is going to be WWE bound. So possible for a Royal Rumble return, but we're gonna have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, it is looking like that's gonna be the case. Bro, I looked at this list and I'm kind of like, bro, some of the names that they put on here. Edge, right? I think he was in a bunch of TV shows. I know he was in like Vikings and stuff like that. Um, but do you think out of the top three, right? I think that I mean Hulk Hogan was in Rocky, right? And that kind of that in a lane of its own kind of set the precedent, for WWE guys to cross over into Hollywood, but on a way different level today, right? I mean, out of the top three between Batista, The Rock, and John Cena, do you guys think are the best actors, or even if you watch any of their movies? I think Batista definitely has the range, right? Like that dude has played some all different roles, not just kind of like the badass in all the movies, right? Like that's pretty much The Rock. Um, I'm waiting for Smashing Machine because the Smashing Machine looks like it's going to be fantastic. Um, Obviously that's The Rock is playing um Mark Kerr, but yeah, I'm excited for that one. Kind of see how he because he like pretty much transformed his whole look and everything in that movie. But Batista, man, the range that guy has, the level of acting that guy has, he's played some serious roles, funny roles. Obviously, you cannot forget Guardians of the Galaxy. My man is Drax the Destroyer. But John Cena, guys, I know he's my goat, but John Cena, bro, he's hilarious. He plays the badass role. And then if you guys watched Peacemaker, the first season, at least I know season 2 is coming out soon as well. But man, John Cena Peacemaker is fantastic. So let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think. Mario says Batista because love Marvel movies. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Dave is a true actor. The Rock plays himself in every movie, and Cena is just okay. Yeah, Cena. But the thing is about, I do think that Batista definitely has the range over everybody. Because yeah, you're right. The Rock pretty much plays the same role in every single movie. I mean, he is comical, you know, but he's pretty much the same guy in every movie. Again, the Smashing Machine is kinda gonna be that eye opener to see if he can play different roles. Um, but Cena, man, I don't know if he's just okay. Maybe that's my bias. Maybe that's my bias. I know. Maybe that's my bias, but yeah, let us know down below in the comment section. Let me know too if you guys enjoyed this live stream. I mean, again, I'm trying to do my best, keep up the content for you guys. Um, I know we're gonna try to iron this thing out. We're gonna get the time and date every week, hopefully. I really enjoy doing the live streams with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this too. Otherwise, if you guys ain't enjoying it, then there's kind of no sense for us to kind of no sense for for us to keep doing them. But yeah, let me know down below if you guys have been enjoying the live streams. And yeah, man, hopefully we can iron it out, get them consistent for you guys. Stay tuned for all the content, man. We're pumping out content. We're trying to make at least like 3 videos a week. Um, so stay tuned for all the content. Subscribe to the channel, like all the content, like, you know, share them to your friends. You guys know if you know, got any buddies who are still into wrestling, want to watch a nice podcast, tell them to come join. So appreciate all of you guys for coming in tonight. Coming up next week is obviously Clash in Paris. So we're gonna have prediction videos on that coming out. You know, we'll do probably a SmackDown recap maybe tomorrow or Sunday. Raw, we always kind of do like a little Raw recap on Tuesday, and then we'll have again our Clash in Paris predictions and kind of the fallout for that. Maybe we'll do a live stream before or after the show. Definitely after the show. We'll probably do a live stream after the show for Clash in Paris. I think Clash in Paris is like an early start time on a Sunday, um, which I think is weird that they're doing it Sunday, but it's overseas, so I get it. But yeah, so make sure you guys again subscribe, put the notifications on too, so you guys don't miss another one of our videos. For the live streams, again, I'll try to do my best to make sure you guys are notified before we go live. That way you kind of have a heads up, because I kind of feel like the way I've been doing it or we've been doing it, it doesn't really give it people a heads up. So if you're busy or whatever, you can't come hang out. But anyways, that's gonna do it. So if you guys haven't watched SmackDown already, I'm about to go watch SmackDown. Enjoy SmackDown, and you got your boy Dylan, and I'm out. Peace.